Hello, good afternoon, welcome to the second stream of the day. My name is Dudzord, and I work on awesome game dev projects here on Twitch, and today we are working on our pinball prototype, which still doesn't have a name. I mean, it's just a prototype, essentially. I believe this is like day 6 or something of developing this thing, and on the morning stream we played a little bit with the physics of the game. So we tweaked a little bit the bounciness and friction of the ball, of the flippers. We also changed how the flippers actually like rotate to bump the ball and all. And overall it's feeling way better now. And besides that, what we are also working is we are adding some editor functionality to Godot, just so we can like verify if the table is like properly set. What do I mean by verify? It means that each one of these elements, so we are making an incremental game, okay? So we'll need to serialize this data somehow. And what I thought was that I would serialize this data based on these IDs that we have here. And the way that we are doing it is I want to be able to verify that we don't have like duplicate IDs to start with. So that part there is already done. So this is what we did just before we went to lunch. So we added this verified table menu item here, which essentially goes over all of the pinball elements on the table and then tells you if two of them match or not. So for example, if I change this pop bumper to pop bumper 2 and I now do a verify, it's gonna say that pop bumper 2 is like duplicate. So in reality, okay, it's this one. So in reality, the verification is already done. Oh, it was pop bumper. Pop bumper 3. Pop bumper 4. Okay, so all of these have like weird names. Whoops. Hold on. Damn it. Okay, so I have drop target 3. Okay, I think I need to make it this one, the 2. Okay, and then the pop bumpers are also like messed up. Okay, so this is going to be pop bumper 1. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so it's working again. But as you can see, if there are duplicate keys across 2 or more items, then we are going to get that error, which means that the game won't serialize properly, you know. So each item needs to have their own unique ID. Besides that, whenever I add or remove items from the table, I will also want to automatically update the upgrade data for the table and the save game for the game. Because currently we are, for each table, we are saving at which upgrade level that specific element is, and we are doing that based on the key for the element. So again, we can't have duplicate entries here. And besides that, we also need to make sure that all of the entries in this table exist on this save game, just so we know that we are actually properly like serializing this. Besides that, we also need to do the same thing for the upgrade table JSON, which is essentially just the list of costs and the rewards that you get whenever you do an upgrade. So we also need to ensure that we have one entry for each one of the items that exist on the table, that we won't have duplicate stuff. And I would say that we should probably also remove things that are not being used anymore. So I think that's the plan. So I think that's what we are gonna do now on the afternoon stream. So the verified table is already working. It's attached to this verified table menu item here that we are adding to the table type. So as you can see, this game node is of type table. So we are adding this to any table type that we have selected. And now we need to work on this update JSON data, which will do exactly what I just explained. It's gonna update the keys on the save game and upgrade table JSON to make sure that we have like unique stuff. So how do we do that? Great question. How do we do that? So there's clearly some places here where we read files from. So I think that's kind of what we'll need to do. So if I do this, so this is the save game file. Although we'll probably need to change how this work at some point, because currently I'm saving the game inside the resources folder, which I don't want. I want to go and like modify the temporary file for this. But if anything, this should behave as the default file that then gets like copied to somewhere. So we'll need to update this file. This will truncate it, and we'll need to store a string, essentially. So for this, we'll need to build this save dictionary. How do you build this save dictionary? Well, you'll pretty much need to do a bunch of the same things that you did on the verified table path, which is you need to make sure that we are only selecting one of those and that we are grabbing all of the pinball elements. So it's pretty much this. And besides this, what we need to do is, so here we'll be able to iterate over all of the pinball elements. So what we'll need to do is for each pinball element, we'll need to save something into the save dictionary. Pretty much. So I'm gonna say for node in pinball elements, then I'm gonna say element equals node as pinball element. I don't know if I can cast this array from here. So this is array of type node. I don't know if I can cast this to an array of type pinball element directly. Maybe this would work. Do you know? Because if this does work, then I just save one line of code here. So here I would say that my save dictionary is going to be an empty dictionary here. Okay, hold on. So actually I need to change some things from here, because I only want to save for this specific table that I have here. So I don't want to, so we'll have multiple tables. Welcome back. Thank you, American. Hello. So I will want to save only for the table that like belongs to this scene. I don't want to replace all of this data. So I would say that before we do that, we'll need to export the table ID. Okay, so we'll need to export the table ID. So I would say that for this specific table, the table ID will actually be table. I'm gonna do a table 01 YOLO. Well, I can put a table 1 in there, and then I modify these files by hand. Or hold on, just so we make sure that we don't break this. So this is going to be table 1. So if I go back to the script now, I'll first need to grab I will first need to grab Can I do a cast here? So what happens if I cannot cast this? I mean, this should work. This will always work. Hold on. Okay, so this is going to be the table root. So I'm going to say that the table ID is going to be table root dot table ID. So I would say that for the save dictionary, I will need to read the data. So I'm gonna do it read. And then I'm gonna do a close. And here I'm gonna do a read contents or something. Okay, hold on. How do I use this? Get as text. Get as text. Okay, so actually the save dictionary is going to be this line here. So we read the file and we get the save dictionary here. Good. And then here we'll need to have the dictionary for the table, which is going to be this. And for this thing here, I'm just going to say element.id equals -1. Meaning that it's currently unlocked. Sorry, that it's currently locked and unavailable. And then I'm gonna have to say that save game dictionary table root dot table ID equals save table dictionary, meaning that I replace whatever things I had there before. And then I open this file for write and I write the new dictionary and I close it. Okay, in theory this should work. So if I have the save game file here and I now do update JSON data, I should get a new table 1 with all of the entries from my table. I didn't. Why? Why didn't this work? Oh, maybe it doesn't like the cast there. Hold on, is this even working? Oh, expected indent. No, this is old. Okay, so it feels like this actually doesn't stop here on the breakpoints. Or does it? Okay, so if I click verify table, does this work? It doesn't work. Oh. Is not table. Okay, does this actually do anything? Hello. Okay, it prints hello here. Does it print hello there though? Yes. So it reads this dictionary. Okay, can I print this old save dictionary first and see what happens? So this is the old one, table 1. Oh. Okay, hold on. No, this is not working as intended. I mean, this is saying that the file has been updated, but it hasn't been updated in here. Okay, hold on. Am I saving this on the wrong path? Res data savegame.json. I mean, yes, it's this. Okay, I'm very confused. Okay, so this should print whatever contents are in that file, which is table 2. Okay. And if I now close this file, and I now do this, and now you open the file, it's still showing table 2. Okay, weird. Dudzard, in that coin pusher game, the Portugal skin is available to buy. Go get it. The one on Twitch? Or the one that you're making? Why is it not working? So this is the old save dictionary, which is gonna be this, and then I say var save dictionary equals old save dictionary. Oh, maybe this doesn't. Maybe this doesn't enter here. On Twitch, yeah. I bought diamonds, clubs, Botswana, and Trinidad and Tobago, and watermelon. I mean, good job, my guy. I don't think that game is fun at all. Sorry. Okay, so this supposedly is working, but this file here is messed up. What the hell? Unknown error getting token. I'm so confused right now. So this is saying that the old save dictionary actually has like data in, but this is not updating. So I wonder if I need to restart this thing or what. Okay. Now it kind of looks like something. Okay, GG. So it kind of worked. The one you should check is the RPG one. They have an extension that allows you to click on the stream and thing happens in game, character moving. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I actually thought about building a Twitch extension just so you guys could interact with the stream somehow. I don't know what exactly you guys would be able to do. But yeah. But I thought about it. chat guess. I don't know what chat guess is. Is it like a chat guess games? I mean, there's chat guesser, so I mean, maybe you mean this. I don't know. But yeah, there are plenty of extensions that you could do. Along the streamer. Pretty cool. Okay, so this actually worked. Oh, you're the inventor, original author. Damn. GG. Okay, nice. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, so how does it actually work? It's like a bot? Oh, so it's probably a bot where you just say like the name of the country or the name of the city or something. Right? And you probably want to have like an extension where it shows the map and the people can actually like click the map on the stream. You give exact coordinates, okay. Okay, so on Chat Guesser you... Oh, Mr. American Mike, it's here. This is you. We found you. Okay, so how do you play this? Set a flag. Guess random. Okay, but how do you know which coordinates to use? Does this like require... This probably requires like the streamer to have like a grid. Just so you know. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool. Ah, so you have like this map where you click on the map and then you copy the command and you like wham, plonk it. I see. I mean, is it really that... I don't know. But is it really that difficult to just embed an iframe with this as a Twitch extension? I feel like that would be a fairly easy task. Like even with easy, I mean, you know. But I mean, you probably could do something. Sign in with Twitch. So you can even like probably play there. So you authorize the app. So then the app is probably allowed to also reply as if it were you. So you just play by clicking here. I mean, bro, I'm pretty sure you can like one-shot this thing with AI. Like building a Twitch extension that shows this map. My idea was a bit more complex as I also wanted to send the guests directly. I'm not sure in what state the project is in these days. Maybe they did an extension. Okay, so you're not anymore attached to this. Okay. Okay, so when was the last update? May 26th. Okay, so it's not this branch. Oh, 2025. Okay, so this isn't touched over a year ago. Okay. I mean, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think if you could make an Like, I don't know. Oh, the thing is that people nowadays, they just go on GeoGuessr and they play along with the streamers, because you can play guest games without having a GeoGuessr account. So in reality, I don't know. But at the same time, GeoGuessr lobbies usually have a maximum, I believe, of 50 people or something. And if you are playing with, if you have like 2,000 viewers, out of those 2,000 viewers, only like 50 will be able to join. So the other 1,000 or something are still like left behind. So maybe that would still be a good idea to have. So that people in chat could still play even though they weren't able to join the lobby. I mean, what is the limit on the GeoGuessr lobby size? 100. 100 players max. But I mean, if you have the other guy, which is like a super OG player, that guy has like thousands of viewers. So this would allow them to play with thousands of people at the same time. I mean, I would say do it, you know? I would say do it, but then probably put it behind some sort of paywall or something, because I think that maybe you'd be able to make some money out of it. I don't know. Okay, so this thing worked. So good job on us. So what I want to do now is I mean, I don't know if I want to do anything. I haven't watched GeoGuessr streams in a while. Okay, so there's currently not many people playing. But yeah, I mean, I would say that for any of these, they could all fit in a lobby. But that would require people playing for the pro subscription, which they might not be playing. You know? I don't know. Maybe they're not paying the pro subscription. I mean, I would say it's still a good idea. Why not? I think only paying you can play now. Nah. Play now. Oh, they don't have a... I mean, you can join a party code, which is the same thing as the lobbies are. So this allows you to play for free, I would assume. You know. But at least you need to have an account. I don't know. I mean, I would say you could still do it. Why not? Okay, hold on. So scenes. Okay, so this is the table sample. Okay, so if I go here and I do a verified table, I also want this to open the output directly. I want this to open the output dock directly, because I mean, if this is closed and I click here, this is printing to the console. So I kinda want this to open, or even better, if it could show like a pop-up or something, I guess that would also work. Pop-up. Base class for contextual windows and panels with a fixed position. It's a model by default. I mean, if I could make like a pop-up with a button, I think that would work. Or if not, just open this. I don't know. I think this kind of works for now. Okay, but if I click update JSON data, this doesn't refresh the file there. So I need to do this. But this also didn't refresh. So I need to reload the project. No, it didn't work. Why? I mean, this guy is a table now. So I can click verify table. It's saying that the table doesn't have duplicates. So if I click update JSON data, which data is this? Table 2. Oh, it's okay. It's not updating the file. Never mind. I'm just being dumb. Okay, so if I do this now on the sample one, and if I go, okay, I probably need to close this and open it again. It doesn't refresh for some odd reason. Yeah, actually this is kinda janky. You know? Like this should be modifying this file. And I'm pretty sure it is, because if I do a reload current project, this now shows table sample there. But it doesn't work while the file is open on this editor. So I wonder if there's a way for me to re-grab the file. Maybe. Godot script editor refresh file. How can I force Godot script editor to reload script source code? I'm trying to create a code generation editor plugin where I have a script object that I can actually modify its source code, but my changes are immediately visible. I've tried changing the script source code property, calling emit change on a script. After I perform my modifications using file and rewriting the source code on the file system, calling update file on editor file system. Looking for this in Godot 4x, also need to refresh script that is in the script editor where I'm changing via GDScript tool. Can't find this func anymore. There is in the C++ source reload scripts, but it refuses to work. Okay, so maybe I have the editor settings. Reload. Auto reload script on external change. So this is already working. Okay, so it feels like I need to emit this. This is ugly, bro. This is very ugly. I'm gonna do an editor File system update bar save game path. Okay, let's see if this works. Kinda doubt it, but YOLO. Save game JSON. No, didn't work. Refreshing a project in the editor. Reload. Doesn't editing script from tool doesn't update open script in script editor. This shader editor doc is not exposed to scripting, so it was kind of tricky, but it's possible. Oh, so maybe I need to use the resource saver. Oh, so it's kind of this. That's very ugly, bro. So it emits a remove. And then it imports the file. Oh. Nope. Nah. Nope, I don't think this works. Edit code inside the GD shader file through editor plugin while it's opening the shader editor. I mean, if anything, I would like to get rid of that cache. Anyone know how to refresh the editor from a tool script? What about editor file system scan? Okay, I feel like all of these things are just hacks on top of hacks. Editor, what's it called? Editor file system dot scan somehow cannot call non-static. Make an instance instead. Okay, so how do I get the editor file system? Get resource file system. Got it. Okay, and then here I do an fes.scan. Okay, is this gonna work? Okay, so I'm gonna delete the table sample. I'm gonna reload to make sure that it properly saved. It did. And now I do update JSON. Oh, okay. So now it kind of works. So I need to close this. Okay. I see. So if I remove this now, close this, I update the JSON and I open it, didn't work. It didn't work. Why? Nah, bro. This is kind of weird. Why doesn't this allow it to refresh like the file? So like I modified this file. I mean, this guy probably knows that this is a resource, so maybe that's the thing. Can I grab like a resource manager or something? Resource loader. Like remove the cache or something. Connect, emit, disconnect, get indexed. Get cached, cancel free. What is a cancel free? Nah. Okay, never mind. Okay, so this should work, hopefully. So this modifies the save game. This modifies the save game. And I'll need to do the same thing. Update save game. So I want to move this into a new function called update save game, which gets me the table root, which is a pinball. Sorry, it's a table. And then this does this for the save game, and then I want to do a different one for the update upgrade JSON. So update save game JSON, update upgrade table JSON. Okay, so this is gonna be fairly similar. This is gonna be fairly similar. The thing that this needs to keep in mind is that it probably should remove entries that do not exist on that table, and it should add the new ones. With like default values. But if a key already exists, then it shouldn't do anything. Okay, another thing that I probably might want to do is it would be nice to maybe have like an editor tool just so I could toggle like the names of each element here, so I would like know which element it pertains to, like the save file. But I think I can do that later. Um, okay, so this is the format. It takes the table and then it stores with this data. Okay. So let's see. So this is going to be the upgrade table. I'm also going to get all of the pinball elements. I am already getting the table root, table ID. So I would say that here I'll need to create an element dictionary. Sorry, I mean a new element dictionary. And the new element dictionary, it's gonna be this and this, I suppose. Okay. Okay, so let me think. So we read the old dictionary. We have the new pinball elements here. I think I'll first need to have like some sort of the set of so I need to like make it like do the difference between two sets, you know, because I need to remove old ones, add new ones, and whatever is there just don't do anything. I think. I mean, this should just like create, like, update the file, I guess. So, grade table, this is the new dictionary, the new element. Dictionary, and I'd say, well, this is not the save game path, this is the upgrade table path, or a YOLO file path. Let's make it generic. This is going to be the file. File, 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 file. Good job. And here's going to be old data. Here's going to be new data. I wonder if this creates a copy or a reference. You know? Can I like merge? this. Cannot return value of call to merge because it returns void. Oh. So I can do new data.merge all data. I mean, I should probably test this, you know. Okay, this is gonna be old data. This is gonna be new data. This is gonna be table data. Oh, it actually needs to be here. Okay, file all data, file closed. Pinball elements, table data, new data equals all data. Also, I actually put this inside, like so. Okay. Yeah, so my main question is, if I do new data, lol equals 1. What happens when I print all data and when I print new data? So is it a copy by value or a copy by reference? Okay, so if I do update JSON data. Okay, so it actually modified both. I mean, it's not... Okay, it's like whatever actually. Can probably do this. New data.merge old data. And now, hopefully, lol. Now it should work. Yeah, so this guy here doesn't have. This guy is the single lol one. And then this guy will have like the giant lol. Okay, it's pretty cool. So this works. Okay, now I wonder if I can actually... Well, I'll need to refresh it. Yeah, this refreshing part is like the most annoying. Okay, so it does render it like this. Oof. I mean, I kind of liked more when this was all in the same line. Stringify, sort keys through full precision. When stringifying floats, the unreliable digits are stringified in addition to the reliable digits. Okay. So stringify as the indent string. The indent parameter controls if and how something is indented. Its contents will be used where there should be an indent in the output. Even spaces like spaces will work. \t and \n can also be used for a tab indent or to make a new line for each indent respectively. So even dots work. Oof. I kind of wanted these to be not indented. But I mean, if I do this, then it's gonna look ugly as hell. Yeah, this is all gonna be a single thing. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, the fact that I need to reload this every time I change that file is not ideal. I mean, I don't like this. I think I'll need to find a better way of managing this thing right here. So I have table 1 and table sample. It's already a giant file. Kind of like this more, this format. I mean, I don't know. Okay, in any case, I kind of want to merge. Duplicate keys are not copied over unless overwrite is true. Okay, so this adds the new keys, but it doesn't remove the old ones. Nested dictionaries are considered what? Are considered as keys. I see. Okay, so I have the old data. The thing is that the old data might have entries that are no longer used. You know, so I will need to have like a list of old element IDs. So it's going to be a dictionary. And then I would say that for element ID in old data, table root.table ID. Then we need to do something here. Okay, pretty cool. It might happen that the old data doesn't have the new table, so this would crash. So I will need to check if old data dot I mean, this is gonna give me a dictionary. If all data dot dictionary, yes. Has table root table ID. Okay, at this point I want to have a table ID separate. So it's this. Okay, so if the old data, if it has the table ID, I'm gonna insert the ID here. Old element IDs is this. Okay. Okay, so besides this, what more do I need to put in here? So I have the old IDs. I'm gonna need the new ones, I guess. Hold on, merge. So merge keeps the old data and the entries from dictionary. Duplicate keys are not copied over. We pinballing. Yeah, we are adding editor tools. So I already added a verified table, which checks if I have duplicate elements. So elements with duplicate pinball element IDs. So that's pretty cool. And now I'm doing a JSON upgrader essentially. So anytime I modify this table, so for example, I have this table here, which all of these elements, and if I check the save game for that table, these are all the elements that I have and they are disabled. But now imagine that I go here and I remove this one, and I want to remove this one, and I want to change the ID of this one from slingshot 4 to slingshot 44 or something, you know. Now I should be able to upgrade this JSON file by removing the things that were deleted and adding the new ones, you know. So that's what I'm currently building. It's that functionality. Just so I don't have to manually manage this file anymore. I can just go here, update JSON data, and then it will update automatically. Which is pretty cool, I would say. And I already have another idea for the next editor plugin that I want to make, which is I want to render the names of the element IDs at the position of the elements, you know, so I know which elements they are in the editor window, which is going to be pretty cool. Because I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rollovers, but I don't know which index belongs to which one. You know, so I want to be able to know, oh, so this guy is number 2 or 3. I think that would be cool. I don't know. Okay, back to the script thing. Okay, so I have the old element IDs. I think I'll need to do this for the new ones as well. So I'm gonna grab the new element IDs. And this is gonna be for each element on pinball elements. I'm gonna say that element dot ID equals 1. Okay, so now I have the old elements and I have the new elements. Okay, so I kind of want to make like a difference between them, which I don't know if I can. I can merge. What does merged mean? Returns a copy of this dictionary. Oh. Okay, I see. So this allows me to do this thing. Merged with old data. So this is a copy of old data. So I have the new IDs. These are the only ones that I want to serialize. Meaning that new IDs not in old IDs. The other way. Old IDs not in new IDs need to be deleted. So I don't know if there's a way for me to make like a dictionary difference Godot. Godot difference between dictionaries. Hunting in jungle music again. Possibly. Hold on. Can you open? Thank you. Tutorials. Oh, so there's a dot duplicate. Ooh. As all keys. Okay, this is gonna return me false. Merged set values. This doesn't help. So they don't have a difference between a difference method as C# does. Okay, so the old IDs not in new IDs need to be deleted. So I'll need to iterate for each old IDs, and then if new IDs dot get or has old ID. If it doesn't has an old ID, then here I need to say old IDs to remove. It's gonna be this. This is way too cumbersome. Do I have a push? Push front. Old ID. Okay, what's wrong with this? Old ID is not declared. Oh, it's old element IDs. And this is new element IDs. Okay, and then I'll need to do again for an old ID in old IDs to remove. I'm gonna say old element IDs dot. It's not clear. It's erased. Old ID. Holy. This is way too much. Oh, it doesn't let me do this. Oh, it's not on the old element IDs, it's on the old data. I mean, if I have old IDs to remove, then it means that I also have that data, so I can just do a table ID. This is so ugly. Kinda like the merged more. Okay, one thing that I don't appreciate about editor scripts is that I cannot attach a breakpoint, I think. Debug with external editor. Maybe they'll let me do this. Invisible avoidance. But I kinda doubt it. Okay, so let's see if this worked. So I have this upgrade table here. I have this table one, which no, I have the regular sample, which is table sample, which I'm gonna call update JSON data on. Now I need to reload this. Okay, so table sample has updated this. So I have a drop target, left flipper, pop bumper, right flipper, slingshot, slingshot, slot rollover, spinner, stand up, star rollover, stopper, them. Okay, so if I change like the drop target, which is this, to be called drop target 5, This should remove the drop target 1 and put the drop target 5 in. No, okay, hold on. So I have this data there, and I'll want to do a merge with this table data. Yes. I think. So what this also means is if I go here and on the left flipper I put 9s in all of this, this should keep this guy there. And if I remove all of these, they should all get added with defaults. Okay, so drop target needs to be deleted. Drop target 5 needs to be added. Left flipper needs to be left alone, and then everything else needs to be added back. Oof. Okay. Will we do it, chat? Will we do it first try? Surely, right? Surely. No? Well, sad. Fine. Okay, so this doesn't update in real time. So now I need to actually reload this. But drop target 1 was deleted. Drop target 5 was added. Left flipper was left alone because we have the 9s there. And it added back everything else that was deleted. So, GG. I won. I won. Pretty cool. So if I now delete this and I do a update JSON there and I do a reload, then we should have like a blank canvas. It didn't add it back. Why? Okay, so this doesn't work if the entry is not created. Why? Resolving conflicts with that kind of thing is a pain in the arse? Yes. Okay, we have a bug, which is if the old data doesn't have a table ID, I would say that here I probably need to do a old data table ID equals new array, maybe. Maybe this is plenty to fix this. Yeah. Okay, so it added the table sample there. Okay, pretty cool. I don't like the way that this stringifies the JSON at all, but it is what it is. For now we go with this. Then I'll probably grab a different JSON writer, because the alternative is either this or no indentation at all and everything is a single line, which is also very yucky. I mean, I think this is working, you know. Now that's the difficult part. Like, I'm not exactly sure if it is, but I assume it is. But I'll assume it is. So if I go back to this guy here, okay, so hopefully now table 1 has everything disabled, ready to be upgraded. Table sample also has everything disabled, ready to be upgraded. And table 1 has everything set to their defaults. Okay, so in theory, I should be able to enable everything on table 1 just by doing this. Yeah, so if I play the game normally, oops, prove that it's working. No, I mean, it worked. Like the file has all of the things generated. If I click verify, they are all unique elements. So apparently it is. So I should be able to play the table now, and the table should be entirely unlocked. So if I come here to remote, you'll see it's like upgradable, upgrade level 0, and it's unlocked. So in theory, all of this is working. Apparently not, because that guy there wasn't scoring any points. This guy. Which is kinda weird. So it's... Okay, so hold on. So if I put everything disabled, okay, if I play this, okay, but this guy is not working for some reason. The bumpers are also working. This works, this rollover works. This and this works, 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 this works. Okay, so the spinner isn't working. But only the spinner for some reason. Does anyone know why? It's kinda weird. Yeah, only the spinner isn't working. Eating the flippers, yes, that's how you get that's how you get the initial points. So at the start of the game, everything will be broken, but only the flippers will give you 1 point. So the first upgrade will always just be trying to keep the ball alive for a little while, until you get enough points to then go to the store, and then you'll choose your first upgrade, or your first unlock, or your first fix, whatever you want to call it. So you need to start from somewhere. I mean, why isn't that guy working? The hell? Bruh, why aren't you working? So you have the signal here. So if I put the breakpoint there and I play the game and I do this, it doesn't work. this has a spinner, right? Like the spinner has the spinner script. Yeah. Oh, it's not on spinner entered, it's on ball entered. Okay, hold on, I'm confused. Oh, it's not on ball entered. What am I doing? This has an... No, I'm being dumb. I'm being dumb. No. Fucking hell. Okay, I don't understand what's going on. Yeah, it's on spinner entered because the spinner is gonna be the one that rotates. And it's gonna hit that thing there at the top to give points. So this thing here needs to call on spinner entered. And lock needs true. No. This is not even getting called. So I would say that the area probably is like incorrectly set up. It's this. Okay, GG, we did it. Fuck no. Why isn't this working? Okay, so we have the hinge. So we have the hinge. And this thing rotates. I mean, maybe this is a little bit off-centered or something. Maybe I need to lower this area a little bit. Yeah, now it worked. So yeah, apparently I moved that area and then it stopped working. Hold on. No, something is odd in here. Okay, so now this works. Okay, so yeah, I messed up something here. Oh, right, like the hinge is all wrong. The hinge needs to go up. The hinge needs to go up, it's not down. For fuck's sake. Okay, GG. Okay, so if I now hit this full force, it only gives me 6 points. Maybe because the hinge is now too much off center or something. What about this? 10. Okay. What if I do a... No, I'll leave it at this, at 10. GG. Okay, so now the entire table should be unlocked and playable. I mean, this is only level 1, so this barely scores any points, you know. But the plan is that as you play, you'll start to get more and more points, faster and faster. And I would say that for table number 1, the objective is for you to unlock these 5 elements here, which I think I'm gonna make them very expensive. And essentially, whenever the ball passes through there once, it's gonna light up like some letters. And when you light up the letters, it's gonna spell like some word, which I think is gonna like be the name of the game or something. And whenever you are able to properly spell that word on its entirety, then you beat level 1. Bingo. Maybe. Were you here when I was talking about... Oh, GG, ball is stuck. Were you here when I was talking about the idea that I had for the lore of the game? Simonot and Elgardia were, but I never know when people are actually listening or not. Nah, we aren't going with casino. Yes, dolls are dumb. Okay. Why don't you guys like dolls? I mean, it's not dolls, it's just a single doll. I think it's a good idea, you know? It's like a cursed doll from the past. Okay, what don't you like about it? Let's reply, let's ask it that way. Do you think it's cringe? Do you think it reminds too much of horror games or something? This is not supposed to be an horror game. So... And by the way, I take suggestions, so if you have any proper suggestion. And it doesn't need to be a doll, it can be like any random character. What if someone has pedophilia? Is that being afraid of dolls? Then, I mean, sucks to be them, they won't be able to play my game. But if people are afraid of dolls, then I'm pretty sure they don't play pinball. Because pinball always has like weird mechatronics stuff happening, so... The fear of dolls is called pediophobia. It's a specific phobia that causes intense irrational... I mean, sure. People that have pediophobia, they don't play pinball. That's all I can tell you. Not always. I mean, the most recent pinball games, all of them have like mechanical figures that move and stuff. I mean, but we are talking about 0.01% of humanity that probably has that phobia, so that's not the reason to not make a game about it. I remember one that was circus themed. Okay, tell me more. Dolls feels very niche. I mean, do they though? I would say that dolls feel very niche in terms of movies properly, probably. But I would say that in terms of video games, not really. Like, can you tell me two games that you have played that have like dolls in them as like the main character? I mean, maybe there are more, but from what I've played, I can't remember a single one. None. See? So how can you tell me that? Oh, so by niche. Okay, so by niche it means that. Okay, what do you mean by niche? Niche kind of means that it's not very common, but I mean, but at the same time it might mean that it's like overly used. I would say that it's probably overly used in other movies, but not in games. The people may be looking for that. People want. Okay. I think that the people that will play this game won't know that the game is about a doll. Okay? I won't reveal that there's a cursed doll. At all. Okay? I'll just reveal that this is a pinball game. An incremental pinball game. Which, for some unexplained reason, the initial graphics, like the lettering and the logo of the pinball table, not the pinball game, of the pinball table, are related to that doll. But for intents and purposes, this is a pinball game. It's not a game about dolls, you know? It's an incremental game with a twist. Now, will I be able to market it that way? I don't know. I've never marketed a game in my life. But I don't see why not. Pinball Circus, hold on. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are more people afraid of clowns than afraid of dolls, by the way. So what if they have clown phobia? Okay, hold on. I remember it having a clown, exactly. Okay, let me... Okay, so I shouldn't make a game about anything then. I can freaking copy this. I really want to make a virtual table. Virtual... Oof, this is like freaking scary. Nah, I would never play this. This would haunt me in my dreams. Nah, I'm not afraid of clowns, but this is spooky. I don't know. I really enjoy. Okay, let's not call it doll. Let's call it a toy. I really enjoy the idea of having a character to which this pinball table was built for, like a brand. So this the first pinball table is supposed to be like an advertisement for a doll or a game or a cartoon character or something, and that character will be the one that will guide the rest of the tables, you know. So in theory it can be any character. In theory it can be any character. It can be a cute dinosaur, it can be a princess, it can be Shrek, it can be a dragon, you know. It can be Kirby, or it can be a wooden puppet or something. I think the one I knew was even worse, with the clown opening and closing his mouth at times. Nah. No, bro. I mean, the intent of that game is obviously to scare people. You know, like, obviously. Okay, these things here are very strong. Yeah. So let me quickly manage this. Okay, I want to make a different editor tool, by the way. I want to make an editor tool which renders the name of the pinball elements right here on the editor, so that by looking at it I know what I'm seeing. I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be pretty cool. Found it. GG. Okay, hold on. Funhouse. Just the name itself? Nah, bro. This is like a speaking puppet. Like one of those are like talking puppets, you know, that you put his arm up his butt, and then you do wah 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 wah. Nah, bruh. What's going with my internet? This is like so slow. I mean, but this could be like the second table, you know? Like I could have the head of the doll be like a part of the second table. You know? That would be cool. Nah, bro, that's hella scary. I really like my idea, by the way. I really like my idea. So I'll start with like a regular table with just some lettering, logo, and like a picture of the doll. Nothing like super weird. And then it's gonna change to a different table. She'll have like a plastic face, plastic head of the doll, and the mouth will open and close, and the doll will talk at you. Bro, it's gonna be awesome. So I just need to create a pinball name with 5 letters, and then I'll call it something pinball. You know, and that will be the name of the game. Thoughts? Okay, let's see this. Dolly pinball. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know people usually come to Twitch to troll and all, but I'm legit looking for like proper feedback. And sometimes it's hard to know if people are trolling, or they actually don't like the idea, or they are just trying to be funny. Can you add nudging? Yes, I will add nudging. I mean, the thing got like stuck in there, see? Okay, but nudging will require like either the entire table to shake or either the entire table to shake or just the ball or the camera or I don't know. Okay, I feel like there's like too big of a gap in here where the ball like falls through here very easily. I feel like I'm missing like a pin in here. I mean, at least now it's way easier to aim. Yeah, whenever it does like this combo, like something like this, the ball always goes inside, like through the middle. See, like it's impossible to defend. Check pinball machines and see what they have in there. That's when nudging comes into play. But does nudging... I thought that you would only nudge for whenever the ball is like balancing, like it either goes left or right and you give it a nudge so it goes the way you want. Can you actually do it like this? Not like this. Can you nudge it midair so it actually like moves and doesn't enter here? Oh. Okay. Okay, so nudging is essentially moving the table like 1 millimeter. Well, the table doesn't even move. It just vibrates the table. Well, how does that work in terms of physics engine, you know? What is a nudge? How can I make a nudge through a code? And machines have a mercury sensor inside that if you nudge too hard, it triggers. Yeah. That part I know. They have like a pendulum, right? That if it touches the edge, then it's GG. Move table 5 millimeters left and then right. I mean, okay, but when you do it for real, you don't move the table, do you? That's the thing. You don't move the table. I mean, you probably move the table, but you move the table like 1/10 of a millimeter or something. But I mean, maybe it's enough, because the velocity at which you move the table, which is the speed of your hand hitting the table, it's probably enough to cause some what's it called, like an impact force to the side of the ball. I don't know. Well, it's essentially, it causes the floor to move under the ball, essentially putting some spin into the ball on the opposite side to where you move. So if you hit it from the right, the ball will have spin to the right. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I should do. Like, should I just, when I nudge, maybe I should just add some angular velocity to the ball. And like some bases, you know? Okay, let's do one thing here. So I want the left flipper to be left shift, and I want the right flipper to be... Oh, I can't... Can I differentiate between right shift and left shift? Really? Brace left, quote left, bracket right. Maybe key label. Do I have a left and right shift? No. Oh. Hold on. How can I do this? Godot, left, right, shift. Can Godot tell the difference? Using the physical scan code, you might be able to. Input event key dot location. What do you mean? Okay, so I can't do shift. I need to do this. Hold on, I will, I'll take a look. Let me just try to figure this out. So using the input map, I can differentiate between left and right. So it's a feature proposal. But they have a location left and... Oh, I see. Okay, so I have shift left. And then they have shift right. Good job. And then I'll have, what's it called? Nudge. Okay, so I'm gonna add a new action called nudge left or left nudge. Which is gonna be control left. Then I'm gonna have a right nudge, which is gonna be control right. Okay, I kind of need to... Okay, I mean, I have the chat in here. Hold on. It's easier if I just do this. Yeah, they have the pendulum now. I think it's what they use. Because I think the pendulum is more difficult to when you are like nudging it randomly, it's more difficult to counteract because every nudge you do, you are essentially adding to the pendulum, you know. While the other ways you can. The fuck, this guy is holy. Hold on, that was crazy. Pinball skills in depth, nudging part 1. Okay, hold on. Let's see this.
Alter the ball speed and direction in which it rebounds from various obstacles on the playfield by slightly moving the machine, also known as nudging. There are left, right and upward nudges, or you can even slap, shake or pull the machine. Keep in mind that you are moving the machine under the ball, not the ball itself. However, nudging too hard affects the tilt bar and you might get a tilt warning. The wonderful art of nudging plays a huge role in pinball, and if you want to compete in tournaments, there's no way around it. Good players are constantly moving the machine during gameplay. Tilt mechanism on modern machines.
Damn.
If the tilt bar makes contact with the bracket, you get the first of 2 warnings. The third contact causes a tilt and you lose the ball and your bonus points. Keep in mind that the tilt sensitivity and the number of warnings are adjustable. The tilt debounce determines how long the tilt mechanism stops registering after the tilt bob's initial contact. Nudging basics. Here's a comparison between short hits and slower nudges. Using short and hard hits is the most effective way to nudge, since the slower nudges. Nudging basics. Here's a comparison between short hits and slower nudges. Using short and hard hits is the most effective way to nudge, since the tilt bob needs some time to get affected due to its inertia. Although small in physical movement, it often generates enough change in the ball movement to get the desired result. Let the power of your hits explode at the point of contact. Don't push the force through the machine or the tilt bob gets heavily affected. The same physics applies to slaps on the side of the cabinet. Don't push through the machine, but let the hits explode at the point of contact. Left and right nudges are more effective on the lower playfield, while upward nudges are effective evenly from bottom to top. Stance-wise, place your weight over your feet and don't rest on your palms or your
This guy's like
are higher. The tilt bob gets
he was like slapping that table incredibly.
Memorize repeating bouncing patterns and take different properties of the rebound material into account. The better your ball prediction gets, the earlier you can prevent unnecessary drains. Floor, legs and feet. Different floor material or leg attachment like rubber feet affects how the machine moves. From factory, feet have a metal base, which slides little to moderate on most floors. However, be cautious if the machine is hardly shuffleable with material like rubber feet. Big moves like death or slide saves can cause a lot of stress on the cabinet and you could damage it. So check out the movability of the machine beforehand and don't slide, death save or shake too hard unless you know the machine's owner. Avoiding the danger zone, the outlanes. In this example, I wasn't exactly sure about the ball's upcoming bouncing pattern, but I knew I wanted the ball to stay away from the danger zone, even if I could have reacted one bounce earlier. Every time you get an outlane drain, try to identify why it happened and if you could have done something about it. Don't worry if you are not able to do so yet. Now that you have the basics, we will go into specific applications in the second part of the video.
Okay. Crazy stuff. There's a whole science behind it. I mean, yes, I can see that. I don't know how to emulate it, you know. I don't think we'll have like multiple levels of nudging. You could probably do 1 click, 1 millimeter, 2 clicks, 2 millimeters, 3 clicks, 4 millimeters, 4 clicks tilt. But I mean, you are playing and then you're like tick tick tick, tip clicking very fast. That's kind of odd, you know. Maybe I'm thinking here. Maybe I could have I don't know. Like if only I don't even know. I was trying to think that if you only click 1 key, it does a light nudge. If you click 2 keys on the same side, it gives you a more advanced nudge. If you click both at the same time, it does like a up nudge. You know, because you can't really just do a up nudge with one hand, so you do like double click. But then the issue is that it will also depend on keyboard by keyboard, because keyboards are wired differently. And usually some keyboards, if you are on the same row, so for example, if I do X and Z, you can see that it registers two of them at the same time, every time. But if I do Z, X, and C, like only the C gets, so, you know, like only one of those will get like called, you know. Like it's weird. So I would say that maybe, so shift does a left bump, shift and Z does like a super strong left bump, you know, something like that. Shift and Z, yeah. And then on the other side we have right shift and then right shift and whatever the first key is, which maybe works, I don't know. And then if you hit both at the same time, it goes harder or something. But then I need to move the pedals to the control button. I'm thinking, okay? I'm thinking, hold on. Because how would I play this on the keyboard? So I can't use the numpad because some people won't have the numpad. Some people don't even have the regular arrow keys. So everything needs to be between the control and the other control. So shift to shift. So I'm thinking that maybe I can use control, just the control button for the flippers, and then shift and left shift and Z for left bumpers, and then right shift and whatever the key is left to that one as well. Maybe. I don't know. It's kinda odd. Okay, so I can do... Okay, so let me change this. So left flipper is gonna be a left control. Right flipper is gonna be the right control. I remove this. This is gonna be shift. This is gonna be shift. This, and then here I'm gonna do Z. And then here I'm gonna do this key, which is the minus or the slash. Sorry, here. Bruh. Here. Maybe this. Okay, the thing is that this moves the table. This doesn't move the ball. Oof. I don't know. I don't know if I want to tackle that today. I don't know if I want to tackle that today. Okay, hold on. Does this work? It does work. With controls. Nah. I think I kinda want to have I think I want to do more editor scripts today. But yeah, I'll need to add the nudges. Probably Monday. If you don't mind, that is. Okay, so I would say that for today still, I want the ability to render the name of each one of these entities on the editor, so that just by looking at it, I kinda know what's what. Is that feasible? you know, just so I can create like a map as a reference. Okay. I know there are some plugins that allow me to do that. I think it's the main screen plugins. I mean, is it this? Hold on. Or maybe it needs to be the 3D gizmo. No, the main screen is this one. No, it's not this. So maybe it's the 3D gizmo. Gizmo's attached. Okay, so this only shows when that guy is selected. Nah. I mean, it's almost certain that you can do this. Hold on. Let's try again. Okay, I want to add a new plugin. I want to render the name of each element ID in the viewport, always facing the camera. In the viewport, at the position of the element, always facing the camera. How? Go. Okay, so it's a visualization plugin. Okay, so we'll need a we'll need a new plugin, which is the overlay. I mean, I kinda want this to be pinball editor. Plugin. Okay, all of this is fine. Okay, so I need to change the editor here. Hold on. Add-on stable verify. Where's that, sir? Pinball editor. Yes. Okay, did this get enabled? Add-ons pinball editor. Context menu.gd. Sir, pretty sure this works. Okay. You are just mad because I need to reload it. Okay, so we have the pinball editor. Okay, so I'm gonna add a new plugin here. And this is gonna be a new add plugin. So I think it's gonna be a... What's it gonna be called? I don't even know. It's gonna be a regular editor plugin, it seems. Okay. Inspector, debugger, Node 3D gizmo. I'm gonna call it debugger. I don't know. Okay, and this takes a table overlay, reload, res, overlay, gd, dot new, get editor interface. Okay, so I'm gonna create an overlay file. This is gonna be an editor plugin. Table overlay. Oh. To the debugger. Okay, so it's not a debugger. Can I just add like a regular plugin, please? I don't know. I'll figure that out eventually. Okay, so let's see what this guy does. So this is a this guy, which is gonna call unseen changed, which will update the overlay. And then when the selection changed, it also changed the selection, which also updates the overlay. Okay. Punk update overlay. Okay, what does update overlay actually do? And can I one shot put this there? Surely not. Oh, maybe update overlays is like a method from Godot directly. Yeah, update overlays. Updates overlays of the 2D and 3D viewport. Gotcha. Hello. Gotcha. Okay, hold on. Let me try something. Let me copy this entire guy. And see what actually happens here. Go handles, table root, forward 3D, viewport control, stable root, get table elements, collect table elements, is in group. No, bro. It's not any of this. So in order to collect table elements, we do this. Pinball element class name. Pinball element. can just get rid of this. Oh, I can probably do just a for node is in. Okay, for node in this result append node. Oh, there's already a element node. Then what? Then it gets the global position. It draws the label, which is the get ID. Okay, cool. Okay, how do I load this overlay plugin as a sub plugin instead? Okay, let's see if this works as a module. Oh, so I need to call this manually. Why? I wonder why this doesn't work this way. Too many arguments for new. Okay, so this actually needs to be a separate plugin. It's fine. Pinball overlay. Nah, hold on. Okay, so Pinball Editor doesn't have this overlay. This guy doesn't have this. It's only this. Okay, and this guy doesn't have the context menu. This guy is gonna be table overlay. And this is gonna be this. Okay, now I should be able to just enable the table overlay. And okay, identifier table overlay not declared. Okay, hold on. I don't think this is working. I don't think this is working. On selection, change, update overlays. Do I even call this? Or maybe this only works for the selected ones? Nah, there's something else here. Handles. Table. I mean, this is not working. I mean, I just want to validate that this actually works, and then I'll code it myself, by the way. Where does enable get set to false, though? Class name table. Enter tree forward. Is table root node. Return node is table. Node is table. Print here. Okay, so this is getting called. It's already something. Okay, so draw element label is called here. Okay, so does this get called? It does get called, okay. Okay, okay. Does these get called? No. Okay, so it's logging here 1, but it doesn't log here 2. So it's not able to get the camera. Why? Viewport control. Returns the currently active camera. Returns null if there are no active cameras. Bro. How many times is that song on the playlist? I think only one. Okay, so I don't have a camera for some reason. This method is the same as for the 3D draw over viewport, except it draws on top of everything. Why? Current. Okay, maybe that's what I need to do. Okay, now if I go on the script. No, it's still here. Print. No camera. Why is this saying that it doesn't have a camera, bro? The hell? Viewport control. Dot get viewport, get camera 3D. Returns the currently active 3D camera, returns null if there are no active cameras. If called while the camera override system is active in the editor, this will return the internally managed override camera. This is coming as null. Why? That viewport is not necessarily the active editor 3D viewport with the editor camera. Okay, so I need to grab the camera from the editor. That makes a little bit more sense. Okay, how do I grab the editor interface now? So on init I'll need to have a editor interface. I mean, it's the same thing as here. I'll have this editor here. Okay, and then on let's see now. Identifier editor interface. Bro, you don't like this music at all. Yeah, I don't think people enjoy my music for some reason. Sad. No method get editor viewport 3D on a new value. So this editor is coming as null. So do I need to have a main? Oh, it gets the editor plugin. Surely get editor still null. Bruh. I don't understand why this fails. Get editor viewport 3D 0 is null. So this thing here is not setting the editor. Definitely not music fit for coding stream. I mean, I'm kinda already used to it. Editor viewport. Get editor interface. GG. See how it like shows the things now? When I click on them, shows like the name. It's pretty cool. So this thing works, which is what I wanted to try. Box size, box position. Okay, good job. So this is gonna work. So on scene changed, get editor interface, get selection. I mean, I probably want to do a on-camera moves, honestly. So I have the camera. So this current camera current, it's that, okay. Can I have the transform dot like transform changed or something? Okay, so how do I know when the transform changed? Global transform changes. Camera, global transform dot change. Okay, it's a transform 3D. Do we have something that I connect to, like some signal? No. How do I know when the transform of the camera changed? So I'll need to cache it. Got it. So last camera transform 3D. And here I say last camera transform equals transform 3D but new or something. Oh, I have just a regular constructor. Got it. Yeah, I'll need to check the transform every once in a while. Redraw timer. Redraw timer equals timer.new. Does this take anything? No, but it has a timeout. It has a timeout. Redraw timer dot timeout dot connect. On redraw timer finished. Back on redraw timer finished. Okay, and here I say redraw timer dot, I call like a restart or something, or elapsed, like elapsed 0. Oh, I can do a dot auto start. Redraw timer dot auto start equals true. What more can I do? One shot false, paused false. Okay, so this is just gonna get called automatically. I mean, you can just call it dot start here. How do I set the duration? Is it not this? No. Auto start wait time. Bruh. Wait time equals 0.1. Okay, so it's gonna call this and this is gonna call the update overlays. Well, no, I will need to grab the camera. Which is this, and then I do if last camera transform different than camera.global transform. Then I do last camera transform equals camera.global transform. And then here I say update overlays. Okay, does this work? Identifier enabled, not something. If the element doesn't have an ID, they're gonna all have an ID. Element ID is going to be a pinball element. My guy, it's fine. Oh, so it only works if something is selected. Nah. I don't want that. Table root. Why does it only work when selected though? Okay, let me try and clean some of this code. I don't know if this is working actually. Print, redraw. Yeah, I don't think this is working. So that's why wait time connect dot start. I mean, what am I missing? Oh, I need to add it. I mean, can I just get a scene tree timer without adding it as a lowered timer? Get tree create timer. Okay, but this is a one-shot one. Yeah, I don't want a one-shot one. I need the other one then. Fuck. Okay, so I need to add an add child. Redraw. Timer. What more does this take? Internal. Internal mode. The node will not be internal. Huh. Okay, if redraw timer equals null, redraw timer, I think it's Q free or free something. Q free redraw timer dot stop. This is still not working. Why? Why? Why doesn't this work? I'm kind of confused. I feel like this is still using like the old timer for some reason. Redraw. Okay, pretty cool. Okay, so now it's working, but it only works if something is selected. Which is a little bit weird. But okay. Call when the node enters the scene tree. Okay, if I play a game, does this render inside as well? No. Okay, I mean, it's kind of working. It's kind of working. Okay, if I do a timer of 0, does this become instant? Probably need to... Timer should be greater than 0. I'm sorry, sir. Oh, it's so fluid. Amazing. Handles. Implement this function if your plugin edits a specific type of object. If you return true, then it will get the functions edit and make visible called when the editor. If you have declared methods. Okay. So I could literally just call return true all the time. And then this should work even if I unselect. I mean, apparently not. Okay, it's weird. Okay, but this gets the root handles. Implement this function if your plugin edits a specific type of object. Resource or node. If you return true, then you will get the functions edit and make visible called when the editor requests them. If you have declared the methods forward canvas GUI, this will be called too. Okay, table root, editor, draw element, position, viewport, rectangle. I mean, so I'm rendering the viewport here, which is this position. But I feel like the text is being rendered. And I need a vertical alignment center or something. No, that's the width. Oh, I don't get the vertical alignment. Okay. I don't get a vertical alignment. Oh, I wonder why this guy went there. Sure. Okay, so the box. This is the box position. This is the box rectangle. Padding minus vector 2, 0, 10 maybe. Oh. Font size. Look at this. Beautiful. Look at this. Are you proud? Do you feel proud? You should. This is freaking glorious. You know? This is freaking glorious. What did you do? Look at this. It now renders like the proper name. It updates like in real time whenever I move the camera. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We're so proud. We just discovered labels. Yeah, I mean, this kind of update in real time, but yes. So this guy is like stopper one. These are left and right flipper. This is a slot rollover. This is the slingshot pop bumpers. But I mean, this is useful because if I'm gonna be like changing the table data, you know, I want to see, oh, where the hell is drop target 2? So I can just look at this and see that drop target 2 is like this one. See? That's for debugging, yeah. I mean, this doesn't run inside the game. That would be kind of stupid. This is to help with building the like the upgrade table and stuff. I mean, it's pretty cool. Okay, everyone. It's 5:30, so I actually guess that I'm leaving. The wife that didn't say anything. So I wonder if she arrived already. But I mean, it's pretty sweet. So we implemented 3 editor scripts, I would say. So one that validates that we don't have like duplicate elements on the table, so that every pinball element has a unique ID, which is useful so we don't serialize stuff wrongly. Then we also built a second script, which is the update JSON data, which updates both the save game script and the upgrade table, so that we know that all the names are there like properly. And then the last one, which is like pretty awesome, is this one. You know, like this is pretty cool. I feel very proud of this. I mean, it was mostly ChatGPT, but I still feel proud of it. And at least now I'll have a better idea of how to make this thing in the future. I mean, this should be plus font size there. Font size 14. Maybe I can put like the font size like very tiny. I mean, yeah. I mean, I can barely see this. 16 maybe? Yeah, 16 is good. $16 is good. Beautiful. Okay. Everyone, I'm gonna leave now. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for keeping me company. Thank you, American, for spending the afternoon with me, I would say. But yeah, I'm gonna leave now for the weekend. GG's. So I want to wish you all a nice weekend. If anyone is watching the stream and doesn't follow, please give me a follow. It would mean a ton. I also have a Discord server for the ones that do not know, in case you want to talk offline about anything. But yeah, I'm gonna get going. So I just want to say that, are you doing iRacing the weekend? I don't know, bro. Like, it's so freaking hot in Portugal right now that I can't stand like sitting Discord or Discord. I don't know. Like, but it's so hot in Portugal right now that yeah, I don't know if I want to race. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna go now. Have a nice weekend. I appreciate you all, and see you on Monday. Bye bye.